It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range. We graze on wild ideas, and we have wonderful guests. And we have a favorite guest tonight with Jenny Lee, and we're going to talk about what's going on and where do we go from here. So let me bring Jenny on. Welcome,
Hey.
Jenny.
How's it going?
It's going. I hope you have more answers than I do about where we're going from here, because I'm
just
really...
tapping into spirit, but I mean, I think people, you can feel, everything with spirit. Sometimes you can tell before something's really about to bust open in a different way, and we're waiting, but you can feel this pressure that it's about to lose it. And because there's like nothing left to expose, we already know how corrupt everything is. And now it's a matter of just opening it up and letting it all fall out the way it needs to fall out. And you have to accept the way it's there, period. So that's where we're at. It's gonna fall over, we're gonna pull the curtain behind the wizard and show everything completely.
I've had emails that they're saying that they have released everything.
Yeah, and so how are they going to present that to us is a different deal, how it's going to be presented and all that stuff. So it'll be quite different. We'll find out soon. I believe, anyway. So,
Roger, giddy up! Yeah, let's get moving on that. We want to get that information out there. I think one of the biggest problems is, all we're fed, or all we have been fed all along, are lies, and now we're wondering what where are we at? How do we differentiate the truth from the lies? Because you can't make good decisions based on lies.
No. Well, and you have to back it up. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's got to be backed up. And now we're in a point that it's not. So now it's just tearing the whole scab off completely and ripping it off and letting people deal with it the way they need to now. We're ready for it. I mean, it's almost like, any type of process of pain, we just want to get over the pain part and be done with and start the healing part. That's the whole thing. So everybody's ready for it completely. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Even the normies, you think?
I don't know if they're ready for it.
I don't know if they'll ever be ready for it. So what's the holdup, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you don't know what they're, and that's the problem. It's just, everybody's just like, I'm so over it not being done, and just get it done. It's like, yes. It is. It's a slow death, and we're just like, we want to be done. And that's the whole thing about it now is, I think humans as in souls, they're like, it doesn't matter what it is, we just want to see it now. Show us.
Yeah, and believe it or not, we can handle it. It might be disturbing, and well, it will be disturbing, but we can handle it, and you will get over it. I mean, humanity has a great adaptability. They really do. We do have some psychopaths and crazies out there. I've noticed some of the things that I've seen. I just go, really? But in fact, I just saw some guy. I don't know if it's true or not, but he had all this surgery to make him look just incredibly ugly and like some kind of monster. I guess that's that's
Well,
crazy.
yeah, that's seeking attention.
Oh my God! But if you saw that picture, I don't know what kind of attention that would attract.
I don't know what a picture you are talking about. So
I'll show you. Yeah, when I see it again, I'll have to send it to you when it's wild. I've never seen it like it. But anyway, that being said, moving right along, people have expectations from Mr. T that I don't think are very realistic. He's only been there in 2 months and people are complaining already. Um, that amazes me.
because they're not doing anything, but they they've been preparing for this whole situation for years, and like I said, everybody's treating it like an app and it's supposed to be done and over with. It doesn't work that way. Not at all. You got to be patient for what's going on completely across the board.
Oh, look at here. I bet you a lot of people can relate to this, Heidi. She says, I'm hating this make believe lie of a matrix more and more. I feel like I'm drowning and disgusted. You know, somebody goes down and they replace them with a mask or a clone or a double or whatever. And this, I have to keep reminding myself that they keep calling it a movie, but I'm tired of the movie.
Yeah, I'm
As
over
many,
it.
and I know I'm not the only one.
We're all tired of the movie. We're like, it's not that. It's just we want to get to another phase. We're like, our souls are ready to move on. Our souls are ready to adapt to all the damage, all the lies, all the perception. Our souls are ready. You don't have to tell us anymore. We're ready to see it. When it happens, then we'll deal with it at the time that needs to be dealt with. Each individual has a different way of dealing with it, but we're ready. And that's what I said. I mean, if they would just put some type of guideline out now, give them, and it's just the way they're doing it is just people are like, come on, something, and not that they're not prosecuting and not diligently going after everything. I mean, they've done really excellent for saving the money that they're saving, showing the truth. Like I said, we're all waiting on pins and needles for the IRS thing. We're just like, come on, just call it. It will be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll just give people a refresh on itself, you know. But yeah, I mean it's crazy right now. It's at a certain point.
Yeah.
So we have to.
And, there are a lot of people suffering right now too, especially here in this country, and it's like they're ignoring that fact. And they say that they want more people to wake up. I'm beginning to think that's an excuse, as well as another excuse that I think about is saying that this is the art of war. So that means it's okay to have deception, not only from the black hats, but also from the white hats. We just want the truth. Just put it out there. Do you think this is going to happen as when they take over the media or what have you? How do you think how are they going to tell us? Like they said, it's all released. Where is it? Maybe I don't know where to find it.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but a lot of the information's on X. I mean, X is where you need to go for everything now to get some of the information. Real Raw News is another place you need to be watching on information too.
I go to both of those.
Telegram is just this you're finding out that Telegram's good and you can keep it in certain groups and everything, but there's so many private messages you get on there and they're trying to sell you something and they're ask your name or your address or all that stuff. And it's just like, it's turning, they need to start to filter that site in a different way. Because you're getting a lot of XRP and, they're just asking your financial stuff. Not that they don't do it on X, but it's not severe like it is now.
Yeah, I get so sick of seeing that kind of stuff. That's not where we need the truth, and we need to talk about the trafficking, the child trafficking, and get back to the children and get the real information out there, which none of the other podcasters who are making a whole lot of money from what I've seen.
Right.
And that certainly isn't, I'm not even anywhere near any of those, not even close. And I'm amazed. I don't know how they do it. They got to be back somehow.
Oh yeah. So this is a lot of what I'm getting. Like I saw, I'm doing these emerald hallways, and then I find out, they're giving me a glimpse of the Grail with those emerald hallways and information. I mean, we're walking in a great time. That's not the point. The point is society is ready to roll. Go. Let it fall. Let it fall. We're ready for it. We're at that verge of we want the truth. We seek the truth. We want it in front of us. Just, and then they're tired of waiting on the normies. I'm sorry, but that's that's going on. Is they're just like, they're never going to wake up. Just rip it off, let them fall. So that's part of it. The technology, I think, is another part.
They were letting them fall with this. So how is that an excuse now for that they're going to fall if they get the truth? It's just a way of, more delays, more, and they need to bring out the truth. Like you said, people are ready for it. They want to know it, even though they might not like what they find out.
Exactly. So the thing is, I mean, there's a lot of truth out there right now on many levels of things, but it's not. We want the blood and the guts now in a different way. We want the gut of it all. Come on, give it to us. And that's the whole thing. We're like slow-mo stuff. No. And I'm starting to see a lot of trafficking information that I saw for years ago is now making it onto certain platforms that's showing the reality of the heartache of it. But it's not enough. Not in any way.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of the people in our listening audience, as well as you and I, we go to X, we go to Rumble, we go to the sources where they are. But the problem is the vast majority of people out there don't. They go to their TV and turn it on and watch the news. That's where it's going to have to come from in order for people to pay attention, the so-called normies and so on. Conspiracy theories are being found to be correct over and over and over again, 35-0, that kind of thing.
Right. So, I mean, and that's the thing. So let's go into what I would think that's part of everything that's with the future is the technology that's coming in. Okay. Your mobility, your cars, how you travel. I don't think, like I said, the airports are going to be nonchalant. I mean, I think it's easier to fly. Daily how you live. And I think, like I said, the systems that are replacing the cops and the drone system that's coming in, and because it has to do with evaluation of being an honest society now. It's about honesty. Everything has to be observed to get them back to being honest in a different way and making decisions on honesty and for our world and humanity, it's not about money anymore. And it's going to take a while for humanity to get to the point to say, okay, this world and the way it's changing, it's not about the money because there's enough there. So then that energy backs off, then balance starts to come in. Then we start to make these decisions on an honest society, right? And that's the thing that has to change. Everybody is looking at the states right now for this opening to start, this ripping off the Band-Aid. But you better keep an eye on Russia too, because I think there's two different situations going on right now. So your TVs, your technology, your entertainment, the med beds, everything, how things are accessible to you, how it's delivered to you, it's all futuristic, robotic, higher conscience, and what you're already seeing. People, you're like, how am I thinking something? And then it shows up on my phone. And I'm like, guys, it's connected. We're not connected in a wire way, but we're connected in the fact it's a conscience that's changing. And this whole new world is a telepathic process going on right now. And so it's hard to think about that, but it's true. I mean, how many times you're just thinking a thought and then it shows up on your phone? People are having those issues and they're just like, I don't know how this is connected because we're not thinking way outside the box on this stuff. The quantum on, it's all connected in many avenues of things. And how we're going to see space in the future and how we're going to see its realness of that, and how I'm wondering, how the laws on the media are going to change, because I think they need to put grades at the bottom of the page of, basically a screen that's superficial. It's not even real. And what is a real journalism? You're at a real environment. There needs to be grades that people know that they're not accepting that everything is real in that way, so a lot of things, even ratings for institution for banking and everything needs to be rated instead of disclosed of how bad and where they're at. I'm just saying in corporations, I believe that insurance is going to go absolutely down. That's a big one coming, I believe. We don't need it. It's just a scam, another scam. So
a big one.
Right?
Yeah. I would like to read this. Alchemist Frequency Healer said, "Hi, the truth everyone is looking for is right in front of us. Just look for it, what it is. The child trafficking is already out of the bag. The stuff people want will never come out as you want."
Exactly. No, because military operations always doing things early in the night, and they've told you, don't be surprised this just happens overnight. As in but they want it done. But when everything's down, they'll be freaking out. But you have to get through that freak out stage and just hold your breath and go, okay, this is part of the process. We have to do this. But people are having anxiety because they're seeing it happen and they don't know exactly the hour or the time so they can prepare themselves psychologically. And then know where everybody is, and so it's all about lockdown. When you're getting close to it, there's going to be a situation. They're going to get everybody in their houses. They're going to make sure that they're all at home or in bed. It's going to be that situation. And then they'll go through a process at that point. You're already seeing all the negative. The negative now, the Democrats that have done all the bad stuff, they can't even defend themselves anymore. They're just avoiding the questions now, and we're going to get to a point you're going to see them in the streets, like they said, and then people are going to call them out. It's not going to be a comfortable situation.
Well, it's like I think Bush said many years ago, if they ever find out what we did, they will be chasing us down the streets, basically. And that is, there's truth in that. There really is. From someone who has lied to us about just about everything.
Because you wouldn't want them around You wouldn't want them around your child. You wouldn't want them in your neighborhood. You wouldn't want them isolated or put away somewhere, because you're going to be fixated on what they've done and what a predator in a different way they are, and that you were deceived by that process. So what people can be watching is the higher technology advancing in quick, paying attention to that. That gives you a key how things are going to shift in a fast way. I mean, you're seeing advanced cars and all kinds of stuff. They're showing you, they're presenting it to you, and then they're letting you know how this is going to travel, how we are, trains, all this stuff. They're putting it in front of you, so you slowly see it, but you're accepting the technology that's coming in on the process. So this is so the med beds, how they're going to present, the military is going to present that in the way they're going to present it, is you're going to see talking about healing and what they can do, and in a promo way, but also you're going to see the hospitals completely dismantling. And to do that, it's not talking to a doctor, it's not talking to a nurse, it's not making an appointment with a doctor anymore. That's the whole thing that'll transfer over. So whatever they're going to use as a new establishment for a new name to in a natural way, I think that'll completely change. The medical field has already blew themselves up, in every way. These doctors and nurses are going to have to get different jobs, because their assistance and the knowledge, unless they're working with the new devices and working down that route, they're not going to be needed.
Do you think they'll be held accountable, the ones that have pushed the shot and so on?
Oh yeah. There's no way they're going to get out of that. And I'm sure they think because they've gotten away with it in the past, and it's just that human process of survival, that they'll find a way. And there's nowhere to go. And like when he's telling you they have all of it. You took money and you received it. You're already done. It's already a done deal. On all avenues of this earth and what they've done. And you're already seeing, like, again, the debt clock's changing on the taxes and showing what they're saving. And I'm just, in that process, you're just going to see more of that zeroing out, dismantling, dissolving. Keep an eye on it. You want to focus on things. The debt clock is one. The higher technology is another. But in the mix of them,
I just saw.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I just saw technology for being able to walk through walls. I'm not kidding. Which some
walls I don't want to walk through or see anything. I'm sorry, but I'm like,
I saw it was a patent to be able to do that. Probably it's somehow adjusting your energy to a different frequency to be able to do that. But anyway, that's, the 6,000, wasn't it said there were 6,000 patents, or I don't know if they were cures or what were they that are supposed to be released. Mm-hmm. Maybe they already are, but again, people might not know where to find them.
Well, I mean, that'll be announced, and I think that's not going to be the problem. I'll tell you what's going to happen with that, though. You're going to see it big time. All these people that use the word medbeds, all these people that say they're working with the government and all that, they're going to disappear overnight. When the real officials come in that actually have the futuristic devices, you will see those people disappear overnight. They'll be gone. Like a Kent Dunn situation. So they'll just be going to be gone. And
interesting.
I'm just saying, it's, and.
Well, I have something that somebody wanted me to specifically ask you, Jenny, and they wanted me to ask you if you think it'll be another 7 years before we see any major changes?
No.
Good.
First of all, we're in different timelines and stuff like that, and that slow 3D timeline we're not in anymore in any process of that, and we're going towards the future. Like, we're not looking back anymore. We're going towards the future. Our conscience is already changing, developing in a faster pace. Things are moving at a faster pace. So there's still so many people spewing out. It's going to take forever, and it's just that last payment of the negative, trying to, because when you hear that, what it does to your soul, it pulls you down, puts you in the negative, and puts you in that hopelessness. That's what it's meant to do. And the control, the enslavement again, it wants to put you back in that process. So you got to be careful what you're listening to now and how it's presented, and whether it's putting a weight on your soul and pushing you and suppressing you back down again. Because if you can't look around, these leaders, these chosen ones, these enlightened ones that are changing everything, they're not giving up. They're going at things at a fast pace. They're not, you can tell by them, they're not going to be waiting around for 7 years to get this done. They have their own goals, how fast this needs to happen. And that's impossible, because in 7 years, if it took that long, this administration would be gone and we'd be dealing with problems again. So it's impossible to happen then. It's not going to happen. It's too long. We just got to look at time different and where we need to be. And we're not in a 3D process anymore. We're in a 4.5, I call it, process. So, yeah, 7 years is too long. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, my dog was barking and I muted myself so you didn't have to hear that. Anyway, I was glad that you said that, because I didn't think that was true. And I'm glad you said that. It wouldn't take that long, because I don't think people could handle it that long. There are already people that are talking about getting militias together to get something done that they can.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all Trump's got to say is one word: stand up. I'm just telling you, it's just not going that direction. So some of that gene decode crap again. But
what do you think about this comment? This is, could you imagine telling unaware the truth? Watch how fast the collective vibrations go down.
I'm confused by that question. Could you imagine telling the unaware the truth and watch how fast the collective vibration would go down? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of it's not computing in the brain. It's not computing in the conscience. It's insane. Of course, I don't think they're all human programs. You're seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, we have clones, doubles, masks, and NPCs. So,
yeah. Exactly. So it's has changed in a different way.
pushing forward for change. We're seeing things collapse. We really are.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Teresa. Says, I don't listen much, mostly just Gail and Jenny. I can't stand listening to anyone not the real deal now, and quite apparent. Thank you, appreciate that.
So yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about be keeping an eye on X. I just telling you that Facebook's going to be gone. It's just all these societies, these symbols, these corporations that gave you information on a false process. I think X is going to be the higher technology of movies, everything, internet. I mean, you just might as well, I think people are denying where it's going, but it's going that direction. So you might as well jump on it because they're gonna do it anyway. Things are changing. Facebook is MySpace now. I'm just saying. It's the MySpace because it's going out the door.
So they're not going to revamp it or anything like that. It's just going to be removed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, someone is saying, I wish she'd tell more about this positive version of Trump.
So this is the thing. Look, people want to know about that. You have to look at the energy. You have to feel it, and don't look at the physical side of things and the moves that he's making and what he's doing. You're looking at him as that identifying as the Trump from a long time ago, and it's not the same soul. So you have to look at the soul differently, and because I want you to think about this: if Trump never existed, where would we be? We would be pretty bad. It would be pretty bad. I'm just telling you.
Very true. Very true.
And so, whatever vessel's working within him is trying to lead people. He's not trying to control them or contain them. He's trying to lead them.
I think the other thing that's going on is he's putting people in charge of these just different organizations or agencies or departments, whatever you want to call them. They're all businesses, and there's no reason why he can't go in there and fire and gut the different departments, because they need to be, because they've been so corrupt. They haven't been doing. I mean, look at how many people didn't even come to work. All of them were remote. I mean, that's working remotely, and I'm not against working remotely, believe me, but I can't believe that entire departments, all of them were remote. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Well, it's just it's a part of the programming. And now, I mean, and be able to deal with the corruption in a different way. You don't have people witnessing it, and they're not around. So I'm just telling you that, you're gonna get down to administration for what it was before to 50%. I mean, they know if they're not doing their job, they know what they've gotten away with on a lot of things. It's not going to happen anymore.
Right. And they're just having a little trouble accepting that. But I like what Rocky Mountain Skywatcher says here, because they have refused to see the truth slowly. So now it's coming like a freight train, and it really is. So look out.
Exactly. And that's with truth hitting. We really have to look at this process as how your soul's adapting to it now, at the phase that you're at, and the phase that your neighbor's at, and your phase that your banker's at. I mean, they're all at different phases. There's a language there that they don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it brings up too much truth in that dialogue. But it also puts fear that their world's changing and they can't deny it no more. But they don't realize it's the enslavement is being dismantled, and we have to go through this uncomfortable, I'd say 24 hours or 48 hours of things being shut down and being in the dark in a different way. and allowing the light to turn it back on and seeing enlightened possibilities happening very quickly. We're at a process that we need to look at that through your soul. Your soul's telling you there's change. Your soul's telling you it's positive change. And I couldn't tell you what's on TV. I couldn't tell you what's on CNN or anything because I don't watch it.
Yeah,
I don't
either.
I don't even acknowledge it. Our souls are what we need to be focusing on, and what residing with the truth is. Your intuitive side of you know where we're going. You know it's changing. So there's some abundance coming, and how that form is, it could be in many forms, but I don't think it's going to stop. You're going to be on a consistent basis. But you know what that process is? Shock. There's a process with that of shock, that they're so programmed into the enslavement for something to come back to them in an abundant way. We're not even believing it because it's like, no, we're too enslaved. We're too into the negative side, thinking that this is the fruits of our ancestors and our grandparents. It's coming back to me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that alone is going to take some time to adapt to.
Yeah. I like what Tammy said here. She said, our light will offset the collective vibes when the normies fall apart.
Yeah, and they're gonna.
And you're right, Tammy. And they will be turning to the conspiracy theorists who they ridiculed and laughed at in the past to verify and confirm different things that are happening. Somebody told me, or let me see if I can find it. I saw something, said something about Trump. Let me see if I can. Oh, here it is. Flowbell. There is some video circulating saying that Trump signed retirement for women starting at 52. Do you think it's true? I haven't seen that. I haven't heard anything about that. Do you know anything about that?
No, I'm on it. Great. That would be amazing. Because there's,
I'm retired, but not retired.
The thing is that there's a lot of us that won't do that anyway. I mean, there's going to be retirement. You can have that income, but I don't think in the future, I guess the way the conscious looks at it, is there a retirement? What's the retirement that you're getting? Exhausted from the matrix programming enslaving you. Is that a retirement? Or is it the new retirement is having enough of your abundance to take care of things and then deciding, okay, how do I give back? Or how do I serve? What do I want to spend my time with? That's what I think the new retirement. It's not a negative thing anymore. And in that way, if your soul needs to rest, you rest. If you need to rejuvenate, you rejuvenate. If you feel that you need to give your time up, you'll have that. It's a choice of that type of new retirement. It's not the same situation.
Somebody's asking what. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. White Rose says, and why are we worried about the reactions of non-human entities?
Because they're unpredictable, and this is what I think the military is worried about too. Is when this goes down, I don't think it's the normal people that they kind of know that they'll stay balanced and do. It's just the unnormal, suicide, the attempts that they'll do, the attention span, what they'll do, or they hurt anybody. That's the risk, honestly. The non-human parasite.
Do you think suicide would be an issue?
Oh, yes.
You do.
You have to understand when yes, that suicide is going to be a big issue, and I'll tell you why. And this is what I said with the military and stuff like that. Because you're putting a new reality in these people that thought that their fantasy, whatever they make, can come true, and you have to abide by it, or their names, or their quotes, or what they are. And now we're like, no. So older, the Democratic side put this program into them, and now they don't know what to do, because the Democrats, they didn't care about you. They
Obviously.
used them. They butchered them. They gut them. They dismantled them. They made sure they would never give children or take away their female parts or their male parts. They used you. They didn't care. And you saw it when Trump did the speech. They have no heart. They sat as a young boy was honored. And
wasn't that amazing? Oh my God.
That is evil in your face saying,
we don't care.
We abide to the darkness. We do not give light in this situation. And that should tell you right there. And that's what Trump was pointing out, how demonic they are. And he was calling out them in a direct way as a warrior. Look, on display, showing what they care about. The same way a demon would. It's all about self-consumption and complete control.
Well, Barbara's saying, I hope they can't walk down the street and have to live in fear the way what they did to us, like what they did to us. That is really true. That's kind of like what goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
They're having that come around right now. Okay, and another question. Do you think Starlink will be the internet?
Yes. I already think it's there, honestly. I just think all these smaller companies are a cover-up, but I think Starlink's already there. So we'll see how that actually plays out.
Mags is asking, Jenny, why do the unawakened become so angry when they're told the truth?
The program. They're set by certain energy and certain realities. And when you go in and put a new idea, it's like a dysfunctioning, and then they dismantle, they don't have a reply. So what do? They blow up, they get furious, they react. Because no one gave them a set of rules for this to happen. Like I said, the negative didn't think they were ever going to go down.
Yeah, they sure didn't, did they? They're going down now, baby. Okay, there's another one. Do you think that any of the NPCs could get walk-ins? Interesting question.
No.
I didn't think so.
No, not at all.
Do you think the NPCs are Cabbage Patch people? Do you know what about that? That they were actually grown in underground tunnels in incubator.
Oh, yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. So there are total programs, really. I mean, those are your NPCs, I'm sure. Okay, that's why they couldn't get a walk-in. They're, the vibration is just too off. Okay. Let me see what else we have here. Okay. Okay, here's one question for you. Can Jenny elaborate on why she disagrees on gene decode? Because I listened to his info before. I'm so confused now. I'm not sure you know what he's talking about.
I don't think that's gene decode.
Oh. Well, he was one of the ones that's on the list of making a whole lot of money.
I know. I don't believe it's him. So, yeah.
Okay. So, do you think that he was replaced, or it's just someone using his name, or what? How did that occur? Do you know?
Well, I mean, this is like how many Bidens there are and all that stuff, and then how many of the negative. So I just feel there's a one negative replacing another negative. I don't think it's a
that's true.
conversation that he's coming up with.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
true.
control.
Would you like to address this one? Trump warp speed pushed the bee. There was a reason for that, or it would have been worse, from what I understand.
Because I think when that happened, and I think with the veterans and all that stuff too, when they were pushing it, because I don't think what was in it was what you think it was in it. So, and I'd have to look at exactly where he was directing us to go to. So, if at that time that they were feeling those vaccinations was something else besides the poison, that would be interesting, because you would have to look at the group of that time that followed that and see if they were having problems or they were completely fine. I'm just feeling that at certain times, because I know the VA was not putting that poison in there.
Oh, what is his opinion on taxes? I don't know what his opinion is on taxes. Please inform me. Do you know what his opinion is on taxes?
I have no idea.
I don't either. So if you want us to answer that, you have to tell us what his opinion is.
I
mean, we don't want taxes. We want tariffs. It's a much better idea.
Right.
And America needs to stop paying for everybody else's way. We've been, as a country, very abused too. So I'm happy to see what Mr. T is doing. Well, this is a good comment from Teresa. Not attached to what happens to the ones not wanting to take responsibility. Wake up or not real. Just observe what I see, and interesting how they are more distant and can't see me.
Yeah, they don't see you.
Yeah, you can go into like a Walmart or something, and some people, it's like they don't even see you. That's weird.
I know it is right. That is the ultimate place that they are in their own capsule.
Yeah, I guess their own frequency. That isn't what ours is.
Right. So I'd say for the weeks, like this week, and the technology is what you need to be paying attention to, and then the stock market. I believe, like I said, there's a Ditto account on every one of us, and they're pushing that panic to go to the banks, go to the banks, go to the banks, and I don't believe that either. To freak out unless you're at Bank of America.
David is making a point, and there's truth in this. It's okay to ask Jenny what she thinks about something, but the journey ultimately is for you to trust and believe what you think and go with that. Building on your inner knowing is the goal.
Correct.
Thank you, David. That's very true.
Instinct.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm just reading through some of these comments. Here's another good comment, really. Thank you, Jenny. I've always felt that was not the original Trump. The ones doppelgangers we are watching now do not have the energetic level we are used to, even from the 2.0 edition.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any comment on that?
Okay, repeat that one again.
Oh, okay. Here's a Thank you, Jenny. I've always felt that was not the original Trump. The ones doppelgangers we are watching now do not have the energetic level we are used to, even from the 2.0 edition.
Mm-hmm. So, and Trump has a lot of energy, like not for the the age that he's at and what he does and all that stuff. And I mean, he stays active, but like I said, there's a conscience behind it and everything like that. So you really want to look at his communication. He doesn't sway. He doesn't forget. He stays on task, on the mission. So you can tell the big difference.
Here, Teresa has another good comment. Some of us are rippling out, alchemizing waves of energy, dissipating discordant energies. Yes. And that's a very important role for light workers.
Yeah.
Light warriors, whatever. How it takes a lot of energy to do that, and that's good. And it affects everybody around you too by keeping your vibration high.
Exactly.
Here's another one. What are your thoughts on the real ID states are pushing? Pennsylvania, where I live, is really pushing it. We are refusing to get it. Good. Stand
Okay.
up.
I
Say
don't
no.
even know what the real ID. What is it? What is that for? I don't watch the news, so they'd have to explain it.
I've heard of it.
Um,
I don't know if it's a different process you have to go through for your ID so that you can travel abroad and things like that. Maria, if you know more details on that, go ahead and put it in a comment and I'll try to bring it up. Because I'm not sure exactly how it's different
yeah,
either,
I
other
haven't
than that they
watching
were.
any information on that. I haven't been paying attention.
I heard something to the effect that you wouldn't be able to fly or travel if you didn't have the real ID.
Well, if it's like that, it sounds like more of a deep state
Yeah,
situation. So it'd be
exactly. That's what
interesting.
it is. You're
Yeah,
absolutely right. That's what it is.
smart city, another process they're trying. So yeah, another thing that needs to be shut down.
Let's see. My this is kind. My cousin used the word right winger, and I just don't relate to that kind of vocabulary. Too much division. That's why we assign labels and divide, uh, which is why it's better just to observe and let things fall because they have to. The collapse has to happen.
Hmm. Yeah, that is. My cousin used to. Yeah, the right wing. Yeah, because they when they don't understand something, they want to put it in a derogatory process because it's negative to them because they don't want you. You're not program and you're not abiding by the program. That's the whole thing. It's just an insult.
Okay, Jeff is saying none of this matters. If you want 5D, you have to leave it all.
Exactly. You have to leave it all. It doesn't matter. Energy matters. That's it.
Exactly. Now I'm not sure what this means. Maybe you do. You know, I don't know what that means. NOCs. I don't know what
I
that
don't know.
means.
I don't know. So I find it very unusual because
Oh, they meant NPCs. I see she corrected it,
oh,
or he
okay.
corrected it, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's too many of them. Was it tomorrow's the blood moon? We're going into retrograde. I mean, there's supposed to be many things that are happening. It's just tomorrow feels like there's just going to be this. I don't even. You're going to either going to be tired, wore out, or energetic. I mean, there's just going to be so many things going on. Blood moon and everything.
How do you see that energetic affecting people?
Well, it depends on the level that they're at. I mean, it could. Some of us could be completely energized by it. Some of us can be completely drained by it. Some of us can be completely annoyed by it. It just depends. Some of us, our intuitiveness could just kick in a different way. But yeah, I think it's going to affect people at different levels.
Heidi, I can totally relate to what you're saying. Even if I wanted to retire, I would not be able to survive on Social Security and my pension. Well, at least you have a pension. Some of us don't even have that. So from service, that's not enough to pay my rent and bills. This is the current lie of life. Is that a lie? Yes. We shouldn't have to live like this. And it's being changed because of it. because it was all,
Right.
everything was lies. And that's why they're finding so many ways they were cheating us
Yeah.
for generations.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yep. Many of them are psychopaths. A friend of mine always says, yeah, people are crazy. The people that are crazy don't know that they're crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Nicole just moved to a different state.
Now, here's somebody that's asking, scriptures say only roughly 1/3 of us survive end times. Is it true?
So, because of the population, because if you're looking at population of humans, yeah. If you're looking at a situation, you think these NPCs and these clones are all the society, yeah, they're going to be gone.
A lot will be gone, and I think that there'll be a lot gone at the end of 2025. I don't know.
Right.
We could see a mass die off. I don't know. That would be horrible, but or maybe just disappear. That's better. I like that. Okay. I don't know what you're referring to, Gerald. Is that hard to keep a video under an hour? Is it that hard to keep a? Why? Why? I don't even know why I put that up, but anyway. Let me see what else. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, you're right. Teresa again triggers the demon in the driver's seat. Also programmed, and the programs get updates like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcy says they trust the boob tube. What the boob tube is saying. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's true too. They see we got a very astute audience. They are not a match for the frequency. They don't understand. It just doesn't compute, so to speak.
Yeah, it's definitely different on the process of things. Yeah.
Oh, this is okay. Here's a question from Teresa too. Can entities jump in the driver's seat of NPCs?
Can entities jump in the driver's seat of NPCs?
Like a negative entity, for example.
I would think that would be easy. Yes, I think so. Because that's when you see that bipolar process and they are normal, and then all of a sudden they get worse, or you're like, I don't understand what's going on here. So yeah, I believe that could happen.
Okay. I haven't saw anything. What's a good question here? I gotta see what Nona was talking about. I'm not sure what it is. So, Noah, if you want to explain what question you meant, you said that's a good question because it pissed me off when Trump did that. I don't know what you're referring to, unfortunately, and I have to scroll through these kind of quickly because there's a lot of them, and it's hard to. New York. Sorry, but 107 puts me to sleep. Me too. Anyway, some people think Juan is playing a character. In my opinion, he's playing JFK Jr. to Junior's twin. Maybe not. there's a guy's name that also plays one, and I don't know if it was Junior at one time, or if it's still Junior, or if it's Junior now and then.
I
I'm
want to
not
say
sure.
this. I want you guys to understand, and I don't believe that at all, and I'll tell you why. Because I want you to understand what that Junior would actually have to be doing. And
It's too
okay,
much.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That his time is valued in a different way, and I don't believe that's him. It could be an actor, but he's very secure on to keep his family safe and everything that's safe, and he shows his appearances the way he needs to. But I think YouTube's the last thing that he's worried about.
That just makes sense. Yeah, well, how would you have time for that? I mean, anyway, here's another question. Do you think the Alliance members who were former Cabal are trying to burn karma by extending time they are to the normies? The more they awaken, the more karma they answer for?
I don't think the Cabal's in charge of anything anymore.
Right.
I think their power has been pulled.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, the only thing that I know with anybody that's worked with them or anything with that, the negative, they're all going to the same place, doing the same thing, repeating time, pushing the boulder up the mountain over and over and over.
Somebody is asking about what list was Gene Decode on about making lots of money. I actually have that posted on my Facebook page. I could actually bring that up if I can look for it real quick here and share my screen. So hang on for 1 minute. Okay. Let me see. I know it's here someplace. I think it's here someplace. I don't know. Maybe they took it down off of my channel. I don't see it now. That's interesting. Okay, well, I wanted to show that to you, but it doesn't. I think they took it down. I know it was on my page. Sorry, I can't show it to you because it's not there anymore. That's funny how that works. I've seen that happen with a number of things. You know, anywhere from a post to a video. Does all of a sudden, if you're not checking on them all the time because you don't have time to, sometimes they just disappear and are taken down. Here is another question for you, Jenny. Would you please go over again the swirly red stuff that is going to form above Arizona? Where does it come from and what will it do? Why is it forming?
Go on
I hadn't heard.
to, well, they call it the Ruby Lake, but the Ruby Lake, where you go into see the drawing on my Instagram, where it shows it there. The Palladium's the one that showed me that. And then it would form into, there's energy, it's a value, and then it would shift in a different process into the sky and would make a circle because there's something that it was there before in Arizona above, and what's going to happen there, so there's something that it resides with energy, and so it's going to reappear itself in that process above the sky, circle motion. So you'd have to go to my Instagram to go look at that picture of it.
Okay, this is interesting. All right. Janmont says, after Trump got into office, many counties have multiple cases of child molesters. Did he start this? Everyone is getting called for jury duty, including me. I'm in Minnesota, Washington County.
So after Trump got into office, many counties, because there's child molesters everywhere.
Yeah. He said it was about it's supposed to be about the
Yeah,
children. That's why we ring a bell at the end of the show. Um, so
it's all about that.
this somebody's asking you about this particular character, and you probably don't know because you don't watch things. What do you think of George Cavasalis? I don't know if I said his name right. He was interviewed by Alex Collier last week. George said that the reason the pineal gland calcifies is because it is an implant and foreign to the body. What?
Let me tell
I
you,
never heard that
it's
one, but
not.
that's
Because my view on
that
how
sounds
clear it comes through and what I see and where it comes from, so that is not true. Because when you talk to a person that sees through that as a seer, that's not the way it works. So I know that's wrong. And first of all, I'd be asking if he's got even an ability to see. So it's just like, it's you got to be in the situation to understand how you're seeing through the pineal gland. Is it calcified? Is it an implant? No. Not-
that is a guy that I've seen a couple of times, and I get the impression that he's got some truth and some
Yeah.
BS.
Well, on this one on this subject,
No,
no,
yeah,
because
and
yeah, you
that's.
can understand
I mean, that was my immediate gut
the way
reaction was
things come
no.
in, and it's all energy, how it comes in, and how that works with the pineal gland, and how it's activated, and how energy activates the pineal gland too. And as you see the vision,
And
yeah.
fluoride
See,
calcifies
the
it.
thing is too, but
That's why.
the pineal gland is also in the crystal form. It's a spiritual um, mechanism. You know what I'm saying? It works off frequency too. It activates in a frequency way too. They get too much in the body. They get too much that the body's in charge of everything. It's not.
Hmm. There's a question. The rainstorm today in Arizona in the last few days, was it natural or man-made?
I think it's man-made. This is the thing about rainstorms. I want to tell you again. I want you to remember this. If you remember, all of us remember rainstorms when we were younger. But the real rainstorms, remember there was always such a smell with rainstorms as they came in, with the clouds and everything. You know what I mean? As you opened up your windows,
Oh
you
yeah,
don't
and then
feel that
afterwards
no more.
too. Yeah, that's
So if you want to know about
true.
the rainstorms, get your nose out there.
That is so true. I never even thought of that. That's very
There's a
true.
smell with it. Pure
Yep.
rain across the board.
When are humanitarian projects starting?
As soon as the funding is with, and then
Yeah,
the I'd say the starting gates will go. Everybody's waiting at the gates.
and chomping at the
Yes.
bit. Oh,
So I got you can do.
I think I read something about it. I can't say this for sure, but I think there was another either a plot that they stopped, another assassination attempt in the makes for Trump. Only they found out about it again. So,
Well, like I said, he's 4 steps ahead of everything, so he saw it coming. So
well, Rhonda has an interesting question. She says, "I seen a geometrical symbol appear in front of me for about 10 minutes or so, then it
mhm.
faded. Oh, what
That's
was
a
that?"
5D, and I've done those. I've actually taught those in classes where you see them because it's in front of you, and then your mind makes these. You gotta understand the language of the spiritual language is not in English format. It's symbolisms and stuff like that, and they're getting you to recognize and identify, and that could be from her past of what she's recognized before, and they're trying to put it in front of you like spirit does, and then take it away, and they'll bring it in again until you accept it and ask questions.
Hmm. Well, no, I agree with you, Noah. He said, besides Trump, in my heart, I believe he doesn't want to fail
No.
us. Oh, okay. Here's somebody mentioned about the real ID is your driver's license can double as a passport. Yeah, because they won't let you fly if you don't have it. That's what I
Right.
remember about it.
Yeah, you gotta have a ID. So, well, tomorrow I'm going out of state to look for a new place to move.
Come to Arkansas.
No, not going there, but I'm going to a new state to look at housing to get out of the state. So I'm
It's beautiful here. I will say that.
yeah, I've been there, and there's a
And
lot of
it's still
fishy
winter.
stuff going on, but yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a good question. Why are they not telling people that jabs are not good? I mean, I can go into a local Walgreens or CVS
When they're
around
working
here.
off the program, and they may think they're still getting paid to do all of that and push that or whatever, it's still a program. The program doesn't stop. Walgreens is perfect. Then you just need to pull them. The biggest prostitute for that jab.
They're going to have to put a moratorium on them of some sort, or just say that nobody can sell them, or if you want to sell them, if you try to push them, you're going to be arrested.
Because they think it's just like selling drugs on the streets now. I'm just telling you, it's just killing them. They think they're going to get more money.
I did move to Arkansas, Flakeway. Just I thought you moved to Arkansas, Gal. Yeah, I did. That's where I am.
Exactly. Spirit has a way of moving us and saying you're going to get in your car, you're going to pack up, and you're going to leave.
Gonna go. Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt like I went in a whirlwind, going, "Oh my God, okay, I guess this is what I'm supposed to be doing," and I'm glad I'm here right now. I really am. Okay. Yeah, this is very true. Teresa again says, all is changing and their plans aren't going as planned. And all the, a lot of the prophecies that people refer to in the Bible and so on and so forth, that was written to appear that it's being fulfilled, and none of that's working. I mean,
yeah.
Let me see. Okay. Ooh. Maybe it's good you're going to leave where you are. Real ID goes into effect in Minnesota on May 7th, and it's to travel with ID by planes. However, if you have a passport, then you don't need it. Minnesota's only 39% population has the real
Well, I have a
ID.
feeling that Minnesota's going down pretty soon here.
Well, look who they had as a governor. Dare I say. Let me see here. Blade Runner's asking, will it be possible that the ETs that are seeking our ascension will step in if the Alliance takes too long? They deserve it if the Alliance knows better than keeping us coasting like this.
Will it be possible if the ETs are seeking ascension? Will the Alliance take too long? Deserve it. All the Alliance will be better than keeping. I think there's, like I said, there's levels of it. This is the thing. There's as you're looking, you have to understand, we keep getting to the physical. It's the physical body. It's the mindset. We can be anywhere in the universe and perceive certain things. That's what we don't understand. It is you going online, visualizing, perception, all of that, and that whole process of everything. So, yeah, I mean, it's strong, it's accurate. That's the whole thing is your perception. Stop thinking you're the body. The conscience is going. That's the
That's the only thing that goes with you when you leave, too.
That's what I'm saying. Get out of the flesh. Get out of the flesh. It's a view of looking one direction and accepting that reality. And most of the people they're already stepping into this path, they are going to already feel that the 3D is not part of their process anymore. It's losing the realness of it. It doesn't affect them in the same way. It doesn't fear them in the same way. It doesn't feel the same. The whole process of that, it's dismantling. It's changing across the board.
Someone in. Well, okay. Any thoughts on the Netherlands?
Someone in the chat who would be sleeping during this live asking for a thought on the Netherlands. Okay. It just feels like they're drowned in a program over there. It's like, I feel bad for them because it feels like they can't even talk. They can't even communicate with people over there. So I feel like their situation, I think, is going to happen overnight, like just complete from day to night, and it's going to be open up, and it's a different government. So that's what I think is going to happen there.
Oh, Nicole's asking, why aren't we seeing arrests and what happened to this Epstein list?
Well, there's arrests going on. It's not in the front or in the. Okay. Do you really think the media is going to show you who they arrest for the Epstein list? It's going to have to be they're going to have to announce it in a different way of who it is, but none of the media is going to show that at all. So how they're announcing which ones got arrested, I think, like, I would look at things, press conference and stuff like that, where they're starting to announce that in a different way, seeing it from different outlets. Don't think you're going to get it from front center news. That's the opposite of what they are.
Somebody's asking if all narcissists are NPCs.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Oh, yeah. They have no empathy, no sympathy.
And it's all about them.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Someone is asking, do you believe in teleportation? It happened to me insane.
Yes.
Yes. It is a reality. Oh, okay. Somebody's asking, what does Jenny think of Elon?
I like Elon. I like the Elon that's in there right now in the vessel, and I think it's very intelligent, and I do think it's a soul from the past, and I feel like it's a very important soul, and I think it'll present itself later in life on that process down the road, but very intelligent being. So, again, not the same from the past.
That's a good point, Teresa. I remember this too. I don't believe either. Also, he was caught with Nino on a hot mic talking about the money they made, and that's 107.
Didn't you get someone else called you and I said, I'll do the show for a certain amount of money? Didn't you have that too?
Oh, yeah, that was 107. And then I was told that wasn't the real, it couldn't have been the real 107 because it's JFK Jr. and he don't need the money and he would never ask for money. So I'm going, okay.
Okay.
But he wanted $1,500 and got down to 300. And I don't pay anybody to come on the show.
Right.
I do this all on my very meager income, and don't even come close to what these guys are making. And I don't know how they do it, but it's not honest. That I can tell you.
Exactly.
Let's see. Gene Decode. I'm sorry, but I saw the stats on his income, unless that was all a lie, and I don't think it was, and it was a lot. He was way up there. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that post. I'd like to be able to show it, but anyway.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Juan, is this Juanito? Yeah, that's just what Nino calls him. I think that's funny. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Here's one for you, Jenny. Did Jenny see Elon Musk's son say to President Trump in the Oval Office, "You're not the president"? Is that real, what we saw, or AI? I didn't see that.
So he said it to Trump?
Elon Musk's son said to President Trump in the Oval Office, "You're not the president." Well, maybe it was because he's had I mean, the real Trump is in Cheyenne Mountain. But,
Well, maybe he saw a mask too.
or yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Hard saying. I didn't even know about that personally, that his son said that. I have to see if I can find out any more information about that.
So anyway, I'm gonna be up all night packing.
Well, New York, I'm not so sure that's true. Nino makes monthly what some people make in a year. Yeah, 100,000. You got zero, so I don't know why you said that.
Teresa,
that's not.
I don't know what he makes. He's way up there.
Well, we're running up on time here, so I don't know if I can see any other.
So.
Okay, let me scroll. Oh my goodness, I'm way behind. So there's a lot of questions, guys, that I haven't even seen. So I just went to the bottom, and I'll scroll through backwards real quick. Oh, Noah says Elon's kid is just having fun, just being a kid.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I say is if he's seen a mask, then he might.
Okay, Heidi says that's not true. That gene decode about gene decode, because we'll find out. Okay, I'm just reporting what I've found, and there's truth in it, but I don't know. You can believe what you want. Use your own discernment. Okay. Jenny's not the only one that's tired. I usually don't do late shows, quite honestly.
Yeah. Just a little.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess the questions are still out on gene decode, but.
Well, you know what? All I can say is at the end, you're going to know the truth anyway.
Exactly.
So, at the end, you'll know the truth anyway.
Exactly. So, I think we'll call that a show for the night. And call it a wrap. Stay in the light and shine your light. And let's ring our bell for the children. before I forget. Okay, let's go.
Alex Collier's going to start doing the bell too. So awesome.
What was that, Jenny?
Alex Collier is going to start ringing the bell on his shows.
Oh, cool. Alrighty then.
Guys, good night.
A couple of minutes after the show, Jenny.
Yeah, I'll have good news next week and share it with everybody, so it'll be good.
Alrighty then. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating, and thank you for your questions, Jenny, and I really appreciate that. So we'll see you again next week, and stay in the light.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers. Stronger than ever. Never say never. Don't look back now. Don't look back now. Stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one